Do you feel burnt out? And how do you know you're burnt out and not lazy? Maybe the video from Psych to Go that I watched this morning, 5 signs you're burnt out and not lazy, might help you sort that out. Hi, I'm J. Rosemary. I'm the host of SoloMoms Talk podcast. I help solo moms with the tools and strategies they need to live a joy-filled life in the middle of life's chaos. Today's interview is with Maggie Perotin. Maggie teaches female entrepreneurs how to avoid burnout. Have you experienced burnout? Leave a comment below and let me know. Also, please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when a new video is posted. Thank you. My guest today is Maggie Perotin. Welcome, Maggie.
Welcome, Jen. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
Welcome, everybody.
Absolutely. And the first thing I want you to do is to tell us who you are and then tell us what you do.
Sure. So who I am a woman, a mom in a blended family with 4 kids. I'm an immigrant. I come originally from Poland, and I immigrated to Canada in 2005. I was about 27, finished university in Poland at that time. You know, it was hard to find a decent paying job, if job at all. And, you know, I learned about Canadian immigration system and sort of immigrated. I went through a divorce. So as I said, like after my divorce, I met my current husband, and we have 2 kids together, but we're a blended family. I have 2 step boys that are older. And professionally, what I do, I'm a business and leadership coach. I help service-based women entrepreneurs grow their businesses.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And well, let's talk about entrepreneur and the woman, the business woman, and tell us how you help us to be better entrepreneurs.
Sure. So what I found is in talking with entrepreneurs and women, mostly because those are my clients, is we start a business from a passion, right? We have a skill in something or a passion about something, and we want to help people. And that's usually the case. And there's usually a fantastic and fascinating story behind it that I always like to hear, but that's, in a nutshell what it is. So we go out there and we want to help people and so on, but then we realize that the skill that allows us to help our clients, right? So whether we're web designers or coaches, not necessarily business coaches, but other coaches, VAs or photographers or whatever, it's not the skill that actually attracts the paying client, right? Because that's a business skill. So in a way, and that there is a gap, and often what happens is because people cannot attract clients, or entrepreneurs, my clients cannot find clients, then they think that it's because they're not great at what they do, right? And they start doubting that and they lose confidence. And it's not the case. They're actually great at what they do. Is that they just don't realize that they just don't have a skill, a business skill, whether it's a little bit of marketing and sales, because they never needed it before, right? We don't necessarily learn skills ahead of time, right? Unless we really want something. I don't learn how to parachute because I don't care about parachuting, so I don't learn about it, right? I just, so what I help to bridge that gap. Right? I help my clients become really authentic and high-performing leaders of their business. I teach them the skills, really just what they need to grow their business long-term, strategically, without that hassle and overwhelm. And I connect it also to the mindset, right? Because I say, we need to grow first before we grow our business. So there's also a mindset part, that's CEO and treating your business professionally as a professional business, plus the skill that helps you grow and make the income you want. So that's sort of how I help.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. I like that. And I like that you touched on the fact that sometimes we just, we go gung-ho and whatever it is our passion is, and then we realize that this passion need something around it, like clients, right? And their business
Yeah.
processes and systems, and we get lost because, hey, I just want a podcast, right?
I just want to help. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I really believe that it's needed, because if you overthought it, if you're like, oh my God, I need this, and that, and I don't have it, then we would never start anything, right? So sometimes it's just better to go with the passion, start something, and then realize, oh shoot, I'm missing that. But then you're like already started, so it's easier to just, okay, well now I need to learn this, right? I will learn this, and then I will get better. So it's not that it's wrong.
Yeah, right. So at least you have a foundation to build on, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
So what does leadership mean to you?
Leadership for me means you start with yourself. So for me, I'm a huge believer in leading by example. And, I have a corporate background in leadership, and that's how corporate background with leadership positions. So I've had people under me, smaller teams, bigger teams. And I always believed in leading by example, because if we cannot lead ourselves, meaning, being in integrity with what we say and doing what we're saying we're doing, when we're saying we're doing, then we can't expect others to do what we want them to do, to follow our vision and be motivated by it and do their best, right? And I also believe that we're all leaders. So it's because very often people think, oh, a leader, it's either a politician or some sort of like stiff CEO in the big company. But I don't think that's the case. Like, we're mothers, we're aunts, we are teachers, we're volunteering in our communities, right? We have people around us who look up to us, who take, for whom we model that sometimes we don't even realize. So for me, leadership, that's what it means. It's starting with yourself, and then you can, lead your business, or you can lead teams and things like that.
Oh, thank you. All right. And so can you give us 3 tips? For a woman who's running a business or starting her business, how she can effectively avoid burnout, because that's one of the things we get to, right? The burnout.
Yes. So definitely it's easy to get there, and especially when you're passionate about something, right? And you want to give it your all. I actually went through a burnout about 4 years ago in my corporate world. So I learned the hard way that this is not the way to go. And through it, I went through I actually signed up for some high performance coaching that allowed me to, realize that you can actually set good habits for myself, and realize you can actually accomplish a lot while being calm, not overwhelmed, and not burned out. And I include that in my coaching. But if I had to give 3 simple tips, first of all is be clear on what you actually want, right? Like, what is the outcome that you want? Because what I see a lot, even with entrepreneurs, is they're not planning, they're not setting goals, because it's more of because they're scared if they don't meet them, that means something about them. But what it really means is when you set the goal and you know what you want, then it's much easier to figure out how to get there, right? It's much easier to be focused and not get too scattered and not to do much. So that's one. Tip number 2 is, once you know what you want, just focus on those most important things that are directly related to you getting there. And then sort of eliminate everything else, that creation of those boundaries, right? Only because somebody else is doing something, or they're telling you should do it because it works for them. If it doesn't relate ideally, right? If it doesn't really relate to your goals, don't do it. Just focus on the most important things. And then the tip 3 would be plan ahead. Schedule your weeks ahead in advance, like at least a week ahead. Don't decide a day off what you're going to do, because it's very reactive. You're still reacting to things. just plan a week ahead.
Okay.
And that will help you a lot and save a lot of
What?
time and energy.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Thank you for that. And I'm very bad on last three, so I really appreciate it. On number three, sorry. All right. So I'm thinking that with these, at least with these three tips, you can get to that point that you called high performance, right? Can you explain high performance to us? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mindless. Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. So, what is Maggie grateful for today? Okay, me too. Hmm. Mhm. That's good. Thank you. And what's it like being a mom in a blended family? You're the second guest I've had that we've talked about this. So share that with us if you don't mind. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Thank you for sharing. And it sounded like you were just a normal family because, sisters are annoying to their own blood brothers. Yeah, so sounds normal to me. Cool. All right. And how can we get in touch with you? Mm, okay. Okay. Uh, okay, and that's the name of your Facebook group as well. We can put those in the show notes. So yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think I joined that. Yeah, I joined your group. Yeah. Yay. All right. Okay, so anything else? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Sure. And I'm before I let you go, I got to go with my fun question. Do you practice self-care and what does that look like for you? Mm-hmm. Right, right. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that. And one last piece of advice as a mother and a business owner, any kind of advice you have for that mom, solo mom, especially juggling work from home, and their kids right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Maggie, for coming and talking to me today. I really appreciate you. Sure. Yeah. Head on.